Hey y'all, decided to break the ugly drum smoker out today. Decided we're gonna cook a beef brisket and put chicken on here today. I made this smoker off of plans I'd seen on YouTube, and I'd done a few things different. I put a shelf on here to have something to work off of, and just put some hooks where I can hang my utensils. But let's get the charcoal started in this chimney starter, and then we'll get back and get the meat ready to go on there. Hey, I just wanted to show y'all, I use one of the Weber chimney starters, but you put your charcoal down inside of it there and stuff you some paper down in the bottom to get this thing lit. And it only takes a few minutes for this charcoal to take off. I don't know how some of you folks do it. You may have these. I never used one until this year, and I'll tell you, I've really found it just works wonders. So I'm sold on the product, and when this one wears out, I'll be getting another one. Well, the charcoal's ready to dump now. All my papers burn up in the bottom, and the coals are burning good. So I'm gonna lift this up and set it on the sidewalk here, and I'm gonna take these racks out. And I've got an old strainer pot in the bottom that I use to put my charcoal in, and that'll burn about 12 hours. I just dump that in there right on top of it. And then I go place my racks back. Now we're gonna get ready to get the meat prep to go on there, so just get back with me in a couple of minutes. Just trimming up a little bit of this excess fat on this brisket. Normally I don't. I just let it cook in with it, and it just helps keep the meat moist. But this had to have a little bit of heavy fat cap on the end here, so I'm just gonna trim a little of that back. Like I said, normally I don't do that, but this was just a little bit thicker than I wanted to have on there. Alright, I'm going to just leave it at that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put the rub on this one side, then I'm going to lay it on the grill, then I'm going to go in the house. Well, I'm going to put it on the other side too, but after I get this rubbed in, I'm going to put it on the grill, then I'm going to go inside and wash my hands, get my hands cleaned up before I do my chicken, being I am working with two different meats here. But let me just stick this on right here. Set this tray out of my way. Get a good coating on that. Now I'm gonna let that sit there. I'm gonna go wash my hands, put the lid on this rub, and I'll get back.
What kind of rub are we using?
This is McCormick's. It's called Grill Mates. It's called Cowboy Rub. I use it quite a bit.
Let me see. Hold it back up.
You can buy it at any of your local grocers. I'm sure it's a name brand. Like I said, McCormick's. It's a little bit on the spice aisle with all the other spices, and it's really good. It's really good. So you ought to try it. Let me go wash my hands. Got my chicken prepped, got it washed up, and I got it set on the rack where it'll set up and cook. And I got it sitting in a bowl where it'll catch some of my my rub here. Just keep from getting everywhere and making a mess.
You always make a mess.
Well, I get comments from the peanut gallery all the time, so I just don't pay it no attention. And most of you guys that are out here doing this, you know what I'm talking about, so we just roll with the flow. You know, woulda, shoulda, coulda went a long way, but
You
anyway,
better concentrate on the chicken.
I got the rub on the chicken. Let's transfer it over on the grill, and I'll show you what I'm doing here. This pipe here, I take this cap off the top of it, and I've got a ball valve there, and that'll control how much air comes in from the bottom. I'm gonna open it up right now. Then down on the bottom, I've got 3/4 inch nipples. I've got them wide open right now to get my heat where I want it. And I'm gonna cook this about 225 to 250. And naturally the chicken will be done before the brisket, but I just cook at a good slow temperature like that. And all we can do now is just shut the lid on it and come back in about an hour or two and look at it. And I'll get with you then. Hey everybody, it's been about 2 hours and 45 minutes and this chicken's ready to come off. But I waited to the last to put my barbecue sauce on, so I'm gonna pull the lid off and paint this chicken up with some barbecue sauce. Then I'm gonna put the lid back on it for about 15 minutes. Let that barbecue sauce get a good seat on it, and we'll come back and pull this chicken off.
What temperature has it been cooking at?
Been cooking around 200, 225, not over. Which that's why I've left it in there as long as I had. I know a lot of people say an hour, maybe an hour and a half on a chicken, but like I said before, I've had so much bad luck trying to rush chicken, and I think I've got a pretty good system down now by letting it go about 2 hours on a slow temperature, and it just seems to be it works out tremendously better for me. And I believe if you find that you're having a problem with chicken as far as burning the outside and getting down next to the bone and it not really being done, if you just extend your cooking time and don't try to crank that heat up, I believe you're doing fine.
Can we take a look at the brisket?
Yeah, let me set this down and get a pair of tongs here. This brisket's probably going to go, well, it's about 5 p.m. now. It's probably going to go to about 10 o'clock tonight. It's getting a good bark on it. Had a rub on that. A lot of people they're under the misconception that it looks burnt. Well, that's just your bark on a brisket. When you put your rub on there, that's what you come up with. So let's go ahead and get the lid back on this.
I don't want no burnt meat.
Let's go ahead and get the lid back on this and give that chicken about 15 more minutes. And we'll pull that chicken off and we'll be ready to eat chicken. Be back and see y'all soon. Hey everybody, as you can see it's already got dark on us. Been cooking this brisket since about 2 this afternoon and we've reached a temperature of, an internal temperature of 180 degrees. And so we're going to take it off the grill now, shut everything down, put it on a platter, and we're going to take it in and let it rest, and then we'll slice it. So
What time is it now?
It's about 7:15 in the evening, so we've been cooking since 2 o'clock. And like I say, we've got the internal temperature of 180, so it's plenty ready to come off. So I'll see you inside when we get ready to slice this.